I discovered my husband's secret identity when our son needed a bone marrow transplant. Now I am facing an impossible choice. We need to test immediate family members first, the doctor explained, as our 6-year-old son Noah lay in his hospital bed pale and weak from leukemia treatments. Parrots are often the best match for bone marrow donation. My husband David squeezed my hand so tightly it hurt. I'll go first, I volunteered, already rolling up my sleeve. 3 days later, the doctor called us into a private consultation room. Mrs. Carter, you are not a match, she said gently. Then she turned to David, hesitation in her eyes. Mr. Carter, here is something unusual in your results. Your DNA markers indicate you cannot possibly be Noah's biological father. The room tilted sideways. I grabbed the edge of the desk. That's impossible, I stammered. Here's been no one else ever. The doctor looked uncomfortable. I'll give you two a moment. When the door closed, I turned to David, expecting confusion equal to mine. Instead, I found him staring at the floor, his shoulders slumped in defeat. I need to tell you something, he whispered. Something I've never told anyone. My heart hammered against my ribs as he continued. My name isn't David Carter, it's Daniel Cooper. I changed my identity 15 years ago. The man I'd been married to for 8 years. The father of my child was suddenly a stranger. I witnessed something I shouldn't have, a murder by someone powerful. I was put in witness protection, but there was a security breach. 2 marshals died. I created a new identity myself. You've been lying to me since the day we met, I said, my voice hollow. I fell in love with you, he said, tears streaming down his face. That was never a lie. And Noah, he's my son in every way that matters, except the one way that matters right now, I whispered. That night, as Noah slept fitfully in his hospital bed, David or Daniel told me everything. About his former life as an accountant who discovered his boss laundering money for a crime syndicate. About the night he witnessed an execution. About the years spent looking over his shoulder. They're still out there, he said. If I come forward now, use my real identity to help find Noah's match through my biological relatives, he didn't need to finish. We both understood the risk. The next morning, I watched him make a call from the hospital parking lot. When he returned, his eyes were red but determined. I contacted my former handler, he said. They'll expedite testing my biological brother. He's our best hope, best case, a new identity. For all 3 of us, he took my hand. Worst case, I testify finally, and hope they can protect us. I looked through the window at our son, our beautiful boy who had no idea his world was about to change completely if he survived. I don't know if I can forgive you, I said honestly, but I understand why you did it. 3 days later, a man who looked remarkably like my husband was escorted into the hospital by 2 federal marshals. Noah's uncle, a stranger who shared half his DNA, had come to save his life. As they prepped him for the donation procedure, I stood at Noah's bedside watching my husband, this man I thought I knew, hold our son's hand and promise him everything would be okay. And I realized I was facing the most impossible choice: forgive the lie that had defined our marriage, or lose the family we'd built together.